Hello everyone, welcome to our channel 2 Bits. Those who are new, let me tell you, this is a second video on the InfyTQ series. And in this video, we will solve some questions related to exception handling in Python. Now let's start with the first question. In this question, we are given a list named list1 and list2 will be the output of this function call, in which the parameters are list1 and an index 4. So here we are getting a parameter as list1 and index 4. Let's move on to our try block. Now output list will have a length equal to the length of input list. Our input list has a length of 5. So output list will be of length 5 and all the values inside it will be 0. Now this statement wants to update the value of the output list at index 4 as the value of index is currently 4. Now it will be updated as input list at index 4, which is 8, divided by input list at index plus 1. Now index value is 4 and 4 plus 1 would be 5. Now 5 will be out of bounds as our length is 5 and index value ranges from 0 to 4. Now 5 will be out of bounds, so it will raise an error. Now the except block is used to handle such errors, but we don't find any index error here. So a finally block will be executed and this will be the first statement that is printed. Now let's see that this was also a try block and this function call raised an error which is not handled yet. So it will again look for an index error and we find an except block with an index error. So this except block will be executed and this will be the second statement that is printed. And in the end, a finally block is executed and this is the third statement that will print. So our first statement will be end of function. Now our first statement is end of function, so this option is incorrect. And this option is also incorrect. Now these are two options which prints end of function first. Now we found an index that was out of bounds. So the next statement that was printed was invalid index. So here this option is incorrect. And this is our option that prints invalid index. And in the end of program was printed. So this is a option in which end of program is printed. So answer is C option. Now before moving on to the next question, let us discuss what is value error and what is type error. Value error is when a function gets a value which is of the correct type but has an incorrect value. For example, if we have a function float and we give it a value ABC. Now this value is of the correct type as float can accept string but it can only accept digit. For example, if we gave a value of 5 here, this would have worked fine. Now similarly, type error is when the function gets a value of incorrect type. Here float got a string type value. Float can accept a string type value. Now if instead of a string type value we gave a list type, then this would result in a type error. Let's move on to the next question. Now this is the second question on the topic of exception handling. I hope you don't skip this question just by looking at the length of the question, as the question is really easy. So let's start with the try block. Now the try block is calling a class check status and the method is divisible by 2. Now we here have the class check status, and in this we have a method is divisible by 2, which is taking a list as a parameter. Let's go on to the try block. In our try block, we are iterating over our list 1. Now our list 1 is 2, 13, 22 and 3. First we iterate over 2. Now is 2 mod 2 not equals to 0? No, this condition is false. So we move to the next value, which is 13. Now is 13 mod 2 not equals to 0? Yes, this condition will be true, and we raise here an exception of non-divisibility exception. Now this exception is raised, so our try block will look for an except block which handles the non-divisibility exception. So here is our except block that handles the non-divisibility exception. So this will be executed, and this will be the first statement that is printed. Now we come out of this function, and next we come out of this try block. Now as our exception is handled, we will move to the finally block, and this statement will be printed next. In the end, we have a print statement that prints success. So this will be the last statement that is printed. So our first statement that was printed was number exception inside. Now our second statement was inside finally. So these two options are incorrect, and this is a correct option. Thank you for watching, and if you learned something new or this video helped you in any way, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to know our journey of InfyTQ, then please comment in the video below.